Hello, welcome back to the channel. Glad you could join me. Hope you've been enjoying these. I wanted to talk about Murder on the Orient Express today. Now, this right here is actually from an audiobook that was performed by Kenneth Branagh, and it is the unabridged version. Obviously, you can see that. But it also says at the top, now major motion picture from 20th Century Fox, also with Kenneth Branagh. Anyway, this is probably one of my favorite Hercule Poirot mysteries. I haven't read all of the Hercule Poirot mysteries yet. I plan on doing that. I've read quite a number of them so far. I first got interested in Hercule Poirot and Agatha Christie from the Poirot television show with David Suchet. As I recall, it was a British production, and I thought that Hercule Poirot was played excellently by David Suchet. If you are unfamiliar with Agatha Christie is often, I believe they call her the Dame of mystery, something of that nature. I forget exactly. But anyway, she wrote a number of very famous detective books let's see, Agatha Christie was, let me pull it up here. She was born in 1890, and she died in 1976. So she was around for quite a while, and as I said, she wrote a number of very famous books, one of which is Murder on the Orient Express. Kenneth Branagh has done two of the Hercule Poirot mysteries. Death on the Nile, I believe, is the other one that he did, and obviously Murder on the Orient Express. But Murder on the Orient Express is the other one is I think they've changed the title for current sensibilities. It was originally called 10 Little Indians, and I believe now it's called Then There Were None. But that one is another one that's very, very famous. Murder of Roger Ackroyd, Death on the Nile, Murder at the Vicarage, Partners in Crime, the ABC Murders, Then There Were None, The Mousetrap. There we go. Queen of Crime, or the Queen of Mystery, or some of the nicknames for Agatha Christie. Anyway, Hercule Poirot is a Belgian living in England, and he's made quite a name for himself as a private detective. He was, for the setup for this particular book, he was in a town called Aleppo, which apparently is in Syria, and he was going from Aleppo to Istanbul. When he gets to the hotel, excuse me, he gets to the hotel and he receives a telegram that asks him to return to London. In receiving that telegram, he needs to get on the train immediately, and he instructs the concierge to book him on the Orient Express. The Orient Express, unfortunately, is fully booked. However, he runs into another Belgian who works for the train company, who basically is like, look, the guy that is supposed to be sleeping in this carriage isn't here, so I'm giving it to Hercule Poirot. He gets on the train, and on the train there are several other people. We have an American widow, Carolyn Hubbard. We have an English governess, Mary Debenham. We have a Swedish missionary, Greta Olson. There's an American businessman, Samuel Ratchet. and he has a secretary with him, Hector McQueen, and he has an English valet, Edward Henry Masterman. Then we have an Italian-American car salesman, Antonio Foscarelli, Russian princess Natalia Dragomirov, and she has a maid with her, German Hildegard Schmidt. Then there's the Hungarian Count Rudolf Andrenyi, and he has his wife, Elena. And then there's the English Colonel John Arbuthnot, American salesman Cyrus B. Hardman, and a medical doctor from Greece, Stavros Constantine, as well as the people, the train conductor. His name is Book. I believe I'm saying that correctly. I'm not entirely sure. And then obviously Poirot himself. There's also a let's see where to go. The train conductor Pierre Michel on the train as well. Now in the train, so in the car with Poirot, we have Masterman and Foscarelli, we have McQueen, we have Schmidt, we have Olsen and Debenham, Poirot, Ratchet, Hubbard, the Andrenis, Dragomirov, Arbuthnot, Hardman, and Michel. So the doctor, Stavros Constantine, and Book are in a different car. Now, as they're driving, Ratchet comes up to Poirot because he's heard his reputation, he knows who he is, and he says, "Look, I've been getting death threats. I need your help." And Poirot says no. It's kind of interesting. Poirot doesn't really like him. He thinks he's a, he just really gets this bad impression of Ratchet, and he says, "I will not take your case because I do not like your face." Poirot has always been someone who's very direct, and I like that about him. Anyway, in the night, so they're traveling in the train, and they get snowed in, and there's a bunch of things that happen. There's a scream, a cry from Ratchet's compartment. The train conductor knocks on the door, and somebody yells out in French that it's nothing, I was mistaken. And then one of the ladies, Hubbard, says that there was a man in her room, and the conductor for that particular cabin, Michel, tells Poirot that they're stuck in a snowdrift and they have to wait to be dug out. And the train's still stalled, and Book comes in and tells Poirot that Ratchet's been killed. And this is when you have there are 12 stab wounds in the body. The window had been left open. There was a handkerchief with the letter H, a pipe cleaner, and a match that was different. It was a flat match, as opposed to, I guess, Ratchet was using the square wooden matches, and a charred piece of paper that said "Member Little Daisy Armstrong," that was written on it. And this is when Poirot starts connecting all the pieces of the puzzle. He finds out the motive for the murder, who the murdered man actually was, and things like that. I don't want to go too deep into it. I mean, if you've already seen the film, or you've already seen the Acorn television series, then you know, or if you've read the book, you already know the outcome. But I want to leave it there. There's a lot that goes on in this particular novel. I really enjoyed reading it. I really enjoyed the the television show, I really enjoyed the movie with Kenneth Branagh. I thought he did an excellent job as Poirot. I do, however, have one criticism of the television show. So at the end of the television show, because of what had happened and the resolution of the case, Poirot, who was portrayed as a very, very devout Catholic, drops his rosary as he walks away from the after solving the crime. Because, and again, I don't want to go too deep into it; it would reveal too much. But I don't understand why that particular bit was added to the television show. It makes no sense in context. If you've read the book, you know that nothing of that sort happened in the book. It's one of those additions that I understand why they put it in, but at the same time, it makes no sense that they put it in. Anyway, as I said, David Suchet, I felt, did a very excellent job as the Belgian detective Poirot, and I thought that I really did enjoy Murder on the Orient Express, and I look forward to seeing Kenneth Branagh do more of the Poirot mysteries. I thought he did an excellent job. Anyway, as I said, this is one of my favorites of the Agatha Christie, of the Poirot novels. If you're interested in Agatha Christie and you're not really interested in, say, the Belgian detective, there are plenty more books and things that you can read that are written by her. I'm trying to think of the other very famous detective that was created by Agatha Christie is Miss Marple. I don't remember her first name, but I can probably find Miss Marple, Jane Marple. That was another one. Let's see. Has 66 detective novels and 14 short story collections. So there's quite a number of books by her that you can read. Let me know if you've read other books by Agatha Christie. Let me know what you thought about them. Let me know what you thought about Murder on the Orient Express. I'm always interested in hearing your opinions on my reviews. Until like I say always and often, like, subscribe, put the bell on so you get the notifications. And if you're interested, I do a podcast with some friends. It's on nerdy stuff. I will put a link in the description to where you can listen to that. And until next time, enjoy what you're reading.